Hello and welcome back to another exciting edition of RDR Talking Numbers. I'm here with Ryan and Ryon. We're going to be doing our weekend review. This is companion content to the RDR Talking Numbers podcast, which can be found everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Deezer, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of those wonderful places. So make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share. That makes us more discoverable and allows us to continue to bring you great content. So we're going to jump right into our weekend review. We've got some kind of pressing stories, some things that happened this week that we thought were exciting or somewhat noteworthy. So this is what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to jump right into the fireworks that were Jimmy Butler and TJ Warren. I'm going to lean on Ron on this one because he was really into this story.
I mean, Jimmy, whatever the foul was, it was a little unnecessary. Dude running fast.
A little unnecessary.
You grab his arm and spin him. Yeah. You can do damage.
And I don't know the history if there's something else.
I don't know if it was any history. I just know that when it jumped off, Jimmy flat out in the interview or, after the game was like, look, I would be mad if I was him too, because I can guard him and he can't guard me. He said he ain't on my level. Is Jimmy lying?
I think there's facts in there. I mean,
You feel what I'm saying? Jimmy ain't lying. Jimmy Butler is one of the only basketball players that we've seen in this era that doesn't sugarcoat how he feel about his ability. When Jimmy Butler was selected to the All-Star team and decided not to play, went and said, you know what? I got the season ahead. I'm not going to play at all. And a lot of players were salty about that. You had a Lou Williams, who ain't never been an All-Star, who me and Ryan talked about this. We feel Jimmy should have took the All-Star nod, said he was a little banged up because he still would have been an All-Star. That still goes on his resume. Right. But then Lou Williams could have snuck in there and got it well deserved.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Just let him be the sub.
But Jimmy said if it's anybody out there who feel that they should be an All-Star over me, play me one-on-one for 100 bands and take my job. Did he not say that?
He said that.
And nobody stepped up. So Jimmy is out there putting it on that like, dude, I'm that dude. I don't care about nobody else. You don't see him at none of the buddy basketball competitions.
He don't have no friends.
He go work out on his own.
Yeah. I shouldn't say he don't have friends, but you're right.
But you know what I'm saying? He go work out on his own. He went to a team. Nobody would have thought Miami ain't supposed to be in the playoffs.
They rolling.
Jimmy got him rolling. So that's a dude that stands on, I'm the guy. And I said, I'm that dude. TJ, you can't see me. I'm waiting to see Indiana and Miami play again, man.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check the calendar.
Because TJ got to be scratching his head. And something else that he said. He said, if I was your coach, I wouldn't put you on me.
Put me over there.
So if that game start off and TJ is not checking Jimmy, the coach a sucker and TJ a sucker.
Nate McMillan.
The coach a sucker.
Well, the coach might
and
be
TJ a sucker. Because if somebody said that about, you know what I say? Man, coach, I ain't trying to hear nothing he talking about.
Maybe the coach
want him.
Maybe the coach know that TJ can't check him.
Well,
evidently he can't check him.
Well, when Jimmy went out, Jimmy was 5 or 6. Jimmy was cooking somebody. But TJ is averaging 17, 18 points a game. He knows
But he always averaged 17, 18 points on subpar teams.
This ain't a subpar team. Indiana, a playoff team. Listen, we talk about that a lot. We talk about the dominant dude. Oh, he a 20-point guy on the team going nowhere fast. He's a 17, 18-point guy on a team that is a playoff contender.
Without their best player.
Without their best player. He can play. He got to come show because Jimmy said he can't.
Jimmy said he ain't him, though.
Jimmy said he ain't on my level.
And I'm going to tell you, you can measure levels however you want to measure levels.
However you want to measure levels.
I'm taking exception to that.
I would.
You're not on my level.
Thank you.
I'll see you when the ball goes up.
I'll see you when the ball goes up. So if Nate being a player, I'm pretty sure Nate then had some type of run-ins with somebody saying, oh, he guarded me tonight?
I'll be standing next to him as much as I can.
Nate wasn't no superstar.
But me and you talked about...
Nate wasn't no superstar.
Me and you talked about Clyde and Mike before the finals. And Clyde was that guy in the West. And when they met...
Mike showed him what time it was.
It wasn't even close.
But it wasn't even close.
But Mike didn't say it, though. It was the media that was putting it out there like that.
No. Mike said I wanted to show the world it's a difference.
No, that was
between...
after.
No, that was before it started because Clyde was coming out there. I can shoot better than Mike. Mike ain't. Well, okay.
I thought Clyde was on the same level.
Remember this? I didn't think that. I thought he was good.
And Mike showed him
Clyde
what
Drexler
time
was
it
great.
was. But Clyde Drexler,
He was great.
Clyde Drexler is not T.J. Warren. Mike did that to a dream team.
So what position?
Mike did that to a dream team. You know Clyde's numbers after that finals went. He never was the same after Mike got a hold of him. Those are facts. Facts. Hey, people, look them up because I don't lie. Facts. Clyde Drexler was not the same when Air Jordan got a hold of him. Period. Changed his mental capacity was gone. He wasn't the same guy. Mike said, I'm going to show the world it is a difference between me and that guy. He didn't say his name. That guy. That guy sitting over there who tried to walk like me. Who tried to jump through the air like me. Who think in the West, he Air in the West. His even nickname was Clyde. Clyde, Air, Saint. Yeah, come on, man. Nobody on that. But T.J. Warren needs to accept that challenge.
Yeah, he got to step up.
He needs to go to the coach and say, Coach, I want it. And the coach asked him one question. Are you sure? Yes.
But Miami as a team is a better team than Indiana.
Right now, without Vic.
With Vic.
I don't know about that.
It might be close.
I don't know about that.
It might be
because
close.
I'm going to tell you like this.
You can go player for player.
I am a Jimmy Butler fan.
You can go player for player.
I'm a Jimmy Butler fan. He ain't saying that to Mr. Oladipo. He ain't talking that crazy. Vic will look at him, is you serious? And give him what he wants.
Vic can...
We'll give him what he's looking for.
I believe Jimmy can stop Vic.
Okay.
But we'll see when he get back.
All right. Jimmy thought he could stop Kyrie Irving, too. And he tossed him up.
Yeah, but Kyrie Irving's elite.
Kyrie Irving couldn't stay in front of Vic.
They're not that far. At least
Kyrie Irving couldn't stay in front of Vic.
Kyrie Irving don't play no defense. When have you heard Kyrie Irving be like, I want to lock somebody down?
Have some type of heart.
You guys one of the best on-ball defenders ever in the league history.
Oladipo play defense.
No, I'm talking about Klay Thompson.
But hold on, Oladipo play defense.
And Klay Thompson
before Oladipo got his leg tore out the frame, Oladipo was all defensive, all NBA.
Is Victor Oladipo a better defender than Klay Thompson?
I wouldn't say better, but it's not tier 1 and tier 2. Victor Oladipo is no sucker.
Out of those three, Victor Oladipo is last between him, Jimmy, and Klay.
I don't agree with that.
And as far as defense?
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. When Victor Oladipo went to Indiana and put that team on his back, he was all defensive first. I don't know what they've been doing. They've been playing my boy Klay. Klay only made all defense one time in his career. We know he played because we know basketball. Victor Oladipo led the league in steals and was all defensive first team. I don't know what you talking about. Hey, Vic, don't listen to him. I don't know what you talking about. Oladipo can play, brother.
He can play.
He can play both ends of the ball, and he can sing, and he will dunk on you.
He's nice in the booth.
Man, he will destroy you.
Listen to the record.
Listen, man.
This ain't for real.
Oladipo ain't no
R&B.
sucker.
This ain't
Can't wait till we get back, man.
Straight R&B.
Listen.
Straight R&B.
I'm right in my lane. You know what I'm saying? That's me. That's where I live.
He got it, yeah.
Indiana, well,
what's their record?
4 games separate them. Miami's got is 27
Miami's
and 11.
the better team, though. And I'm gonna tell you why Miami's the better
15,
team.
so
I'm gonna tell you why Miami's the better team.
Tell me, I need to hear this.
What's the center name? Adebayo.
Adebayo. Yeah, I like him. I like him.
He sets them apart from any other team.
You said they're a 4-game difference?
Technically, Miami's 6.5 back from Milwaukee. Indiana's 10 back. 27 and 11.
I'm taking Miami in the series.
15. So
8
it's
days
really
out
like
of
a
the week.
3-game difference.
It's a 3-game window, Ryan, and their best player ain't there.
And we don't know what he's gonna be when he get back.
Okay, well, we can speculate.
I don't like speculating.
Well, we'll wait and see. But they're missing their best player and only 3 games back.
T.J. Warren, yeah. Just answer, you better answer the bell.
I told you when they made the thing, you was like, Indiana ain't got a chance. Dude, Brogdon, Lamb, and T.J. Warren, Sabonis' boy, been playing their butt off. Miles Turner, you sit back there and just do what you gonna do. We gonna play.
Whoopie.
He gonna have to. He gonna have to just chill. But when Vic come back, man, that team gonna be dangerous.
We gotta wait for it. They don't play again. They play March 20th, and they play April 7th.
March 20th, April 7th.
I have a few more gray hairs.
But listen
Yeah,
though,
I'm gonna have a few
but here's
more. I'm definitely gonna have some
but here's the thing about that statement that's gonna be diluted. Let's say they're 100, right?
Okay.
Let's say Vic is Vic. Who Jimmy gonna check? Oh, I want you, TJ, because we got a little beef.
You gonna have to.
No, you better come over there and check number 4. Yeah. Dude, I'm trying to hear that. I'm gonna check TJ and Vic gonna be over there.
I take my chances.
Yeah, okay.
Coming off an injury.
Yeah, okay, all right. Coming off an injury, he come back.
He'll be
come
about
back January 29th.
He'll be about 2 months in.
2 months
when that thing
lathered up.
All
right, we'll come back to that.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be something we're gonna have to review.
Before we jump to the next thing, did y'all do your homework?
What's that?
I did my homework.
What's the homework?
Did y'all look at Kyle Lowry? I'm lightweight done. Did y'all look at him? Because y'all probably didn't do your homework.
Go ahead and talk about it.
Y'all didn't do your homework?
Go ahead and talk about it.
Y'all said y'all was going to do your homework.
Go ahead and talk about it.
That guy's a farce.
I need y'all to understand, we deal in numbers and we like to be accurate. He's a troller. I need y'all to understand it. So don't take what he say as logic, because it'll be bad. Take it for what it is. All I'm saying is,
because he's due for some
he's
time.
due for something because
he's due for some camera time.
Because we had a
He's back in the creme
conversation.
de la creme. And when you get done with that, we're going to touch upon that whenever we can, because the creme de la creme is watered down from 6 to 10.
At the point
I was just thinking this week that we need to.
First of all, it's not watered down.
Maybe
you
we
got
do something around the All-Star break.
You got
review
two
all
of the
three
top 5,
or all 5, I should say.
and Steph and Kyrie that ain't there. How's that watered down? I told you before, people are going to take a spot from injury. I'm not always going to just jump people up into that position. I'm not doing that. People hurt. We wait till they get back.
Yeah, we're gonna. I think
That's
we
what I'm
take
thinking.
that around All-Star break. We
That's
go
what
back
I'm
and do
thinking.
like a mid-season review, something along those lines. I was just thinking
Kyle
about this
Lowry went from 14 points a game to 20. He averages 20 and 8.
Respect.
Now the homework that my guys was supposed to do. You said you was gonna watch some Toronto games.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all did that. So
go ahead and talk about it. Now, is this your guy now? Is he?
No, not my guy. But
okay.
he's a guy who
he earns some respect.
Gets
from me.
gets disrespected a lot.
For me,
has been in the creme de la creme and been number 10 a lot, but yet has a championship ring. Lost Kawhi. Siakam been gone for a while, and they're still winning.
Yeah.
And Van Fleet missed some games. The constant
they're still number 4
is Kyle Lowry.
And winning at a 66% clip.
Kyle Lowry, the fat 33-year-old point guard, is averaging 20 and 8.
That had to go get himself together during the playoff game.
Hey.
I got to go in the back.
Had to.
That guy.
Hey, he a champion, man. And played a pivotal part.
He is not.
And played a pivotal role in a championship run.
So let's hear the numbers. What's the numbers?
Do we?
Y'all can talk about. Y'all can. If you want to move on to a segment, he can all he want to.
God.
That's hating right there. I want y'all to understand what y'all listening to. My man's is hating. Let's not. We ain't gonna get hung up. I'm gonna do this. If we got something, we can move on.
No. You do your
But
thing.
no, I don't want us to miss no other segments. You know, we got things.
Let's hear about this bum. I'm sorry, Kyle Lowry, man.
All right, man. I don't know what a guy has to do.
He's earned some
How
respect
can you
from
be?
me.
You're 33. You went from 32 to 33, and you had a 6-point increase.
Mm-hmm.
Who does that? What basketball player does that?
And he needed to do it too.
But the leading scorer is gone.
It don't matter.
Somebody step your game up.
It don't matter. He's a
And
bump.
your leading scorer of the team this year
What'd you just say?
is gone.
You said some leading scorer is gonna step your game up. How many NBA players do that? Do you know Draymond Green? Steve Kerr said that Draymond is physically and emotionally drained. From what?
We played a lot of basketball over the last 6 years. A lot of basketball.
That's what you get paid to do, though.
That's why I don't buy it. That's my point. Yeah. I said that in full tongue in cheek here. That's ridiculous.
But yeah, it's kind of.
We've played. Everybody else plays 82 games. We've played 105 games.
Yeah, that's no excuse.
Yeah, that's your
no
job.
Excuse. Yeah, that's no excuse to be. But he playing like a.
I only get 2 weeks off every year. 3 weeks off every year.
Yeah, right.
And you don't even play every day.
Man,
I work 6 days a week.
Man, to be honest, he don't play at all.
Well, teach his own.
I'm just gonna do from December 22nd
okay.
to January 8th.
Okay.
32 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists. 30 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. 14
Some good
points,
numbers.
4 rebounds, 8 assists. 30 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. 20 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. 24 points, 1 rebound, 8 assists. 15 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. 26 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. 24 points, 4 rebounds, 10 assists. And against Charlotte on the 8th, he gave you 15 points, 2 rebounds, 9 assists.
Low game is his old average.
Man, dude.
He rolling. I gotta give
It
him
ain't watered down.
I gotta give him some respect.
He is
'cause I don't
rolling.
like-
How many
he
30-point
definitely-
games I named?
He not my guy.
But he rolling.
I
Gotta
gotta
respect.
give it up to him.
You don't have to. Hater.
We'll definitely we'll deal with that some
Hater.
more when we revisit Creme de la Creme.
Yeah. Let's
Speaking of rolling,
go.
your guy,
Which one?
Zach LaVine,
Oh, my God.
went crazy
Cookie.
the other night.
Cook.
43 points.
He's a cook.
They
He's a
lost that
guy.
game, didn't
Did they lose
He's a
that game?
guy
they? They lost that game, didn't they?
somebody is going to call.
Because he ain't doing
And
nothing
inquire
there.
about. Oh,
I don't know what's going
And
on
20,
in Chicago, man.
20
It
straight
ain't his
points
fault.
in, the,
No, it's not
in
his
addition to the 43.
Yes.
I'm going to hit 20,
20 straight.
I'm going to do 20 straight.
20 straight.
He's got to get out of there, though.
Am I wrong? Is he still on a rookie deal?
No.
He's not on the rookie. He got money?
He got a little bit.
Who bumped him up?
No, he getting like 19 million. 19.
He bumped. Did Chicago bump him?
Probably Chicago.
Or did they bump him in
Probably
Minnesota?
Chicago. Probably Chicago. Because he was able to get...
He's wasting his time in Chicago.
I'm gonna look him up while we talk.
No, I'm about to. I'll look
Yeah,
at it.
let's, I want to see what
know.
I want to see what that contract situation looks like for him because he's going to get a lot of phone calls.
Yeah.
The phone's going to ring off the hook.
Yeah.
Because despite the what you would consider devastating injuries for a guy who is athletic as he is, when you start talking knees and ankles, you expect that the game to suffer because of the over the rim type of play.
Right.
Hey, I've seen none of that.
He's only 24.
Last time...
And he has a full game. He's not a high flyer.
who ain't?
That ain't. What I mean by that is
Oh.
he's just a high flyer.
Oh, yeah, he's just not...
He
that.
has
He can
game.
play
He
basketball.
makes 19.5 till 22, 21. 21, 22.
Random.
Okay.
Random.
And is that a what's the name?
He's under a contract.
But is that player option or club option that year?
No.
That's just straight out
Ran-
22. Okay.
Random. Vince Carter has not made an All-NBA team. Last time he made an All-NBA team, Tom Brady was not a starting quarterback in the NBA. He came off the bench.
Believable.
He need to stop playing.
It's bad.
I'm tired of seeing him. I'm tired of looking at
I
him.
listened to the show last week and we talked about that.
I'm tired of looking at him,
What he said we were trying to get to, if he get to 30, he can't get to 30.
No
but
way
he
in the
can
world.
play till he's 60.
He
He
need to
won't
stop.
get there.
He has to stop.
It's bad. He's got no
Tom
production.
Brady-
If you want to coach.
Tom Brady been in the league for 20 years.
Was that you? It was Ryan. He gonna say
Last time he made an All-NBA team,
two
it
and
was
a
his
half.
second. It was his second year in the league.
$2.5 million mentorship program.
He got to go, man. He has to
He's
go.
tearing his legacy
I don't know
apart.
what he's
As
doing.
long as they continue to pay the man, you make the money. He's not gonna make no money sitting on his butt.
Yes, he will. They just
Yeah, he go.
changed TNT basketball. TNT basketball on Tuesdays next season or starting this season. This is gonna be Dwayne Wade. Superstars.
He's not Dwayne Wade.
He's better than Kenny Smith.
And he's actually.
He's better than Kenny Smith.
But that Kenny ain't going nowhere. But
There's
he's
no.
nice.
On TNT Tuesdays or whatever day Wade
And
gonna be on there,
and
it's
then-
going to be Wade, Candace
You
Parker,
talking about which
and
NBA,
Shaq.
NBA TV?
No, TNT. I'm
they
telling
taking
you,
over.
They're
Dude,
taking over.
I'm
They're
telling
adding the night.
you
They're adding the night.
that
They're
Kenny
all affiliated
Smith-
though. They're all affiliated.
Kenny Smith, dude, they ain't been affiliated to take one of their days away. So you don't think a check gonna switch? If we paying you 2 days a week or 2 segments a week, and now we about to pay Dwayne Wade, your money cut. What you think it's
Well,
gonna
no,
be?
they're not taking a day from him though.
Dude, Shaq, Candace, Dwayne Wade
On Tuesdays.
on Tuesdays.
Well, see, Thursday stays the
on
same.
Which days do they usually have?
He just Thursday.
They don't have. So what?
TNT
they,
is Thursday.
On Tuesday is NBA TV.
So
with
they're
Candace
adding.
Parker,
So they're adding.
Yeah,
Haywood.
TNT is adding. Correct.
Haywood.
Okay, so they're adding, right?
Right.
But they kept Shaq.
Well, you know, Shaq is Shaq.
Why Charles Barkley O'Kenny ain't moved?
No.
Vince Carter can get a job at TNT.
He sure he could. Or ESPN.
Over
Or
Kenny-
NBA
over
TV.
Kenny Smith.
Or NBA TV.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Because he was even
So-
doing the...
So to answer your question,
Keep playing.
sitting on your.
I want to play till he's 50.
You crazy as hell, man. Listen,
He's played in 4 decades. I think he's the first player to do that.
If he played it,
He played in the late 90s.
His career average is gonna be 9 points a game.
And it's terrible.
Because he only give you 300 points a year.
They won't even talk about him anymore.
They don't talk about him now, bro.
I'm saying, guys, like my son probably.
I think this is fair
He's
well
13.
here,
He'll be 14.
Everybody's standing ovation and stuff.
Well, get out of here, man. I love you, Vince.
That's them trying to kick him out.
Just move on. Get out of here, bro.
What's wrong with that guy?
It's over.
You need to hang him up. All right.
There's been a Zion sighting.
Yeah.
You guys seen that?
Yeah.
He was doing, I think it was 3-on-3 drills.
He don't look like he lost no weight.
No, I didn't see that.
Zion
before the game.
For Kuzma, straight up.
No, they're not doing that.
No, they won't do it.
Who is they?
New Orleans.
The Lakers.
New Orleans already did a deal with the Lakers.
The Lakers wouldn't do it or New Orleans. Zion don't fit with LeBron James and homeboy. They can't. They don't even know how to get Kuzma no damn minutes. How they gonna get that guy?
And he strived last night because LeBron or Davis didn't play.
And he had 36, right?
He just auditioning. He just auditioning.
Yeah.
I think he's out of there. I believe he is. It's unfortunate. Yeah. But what do you think? So you think Zion gonna give it a go?
I would just shut it down. He can't help them.
I said.
I agree with you.
He can't help them.
I said because what Jason Tatum did to them yesterday, because nobody helped him last night.
See what you got.
Career high 41.
41. Your boy had 13.
Figure out what.
Put the ball in the hole, Jaylen Brown.
Figure out what Jackson is, what he's gonna do. Figure out whether Ingram is a guy
your boy had a good game. Your boy, they've been throwing your boy some lobs. And I'm gonna tell you something else. We almost threw dirt on Lonzo. Lonzo been balling. He been balling.
Playing better.
And he's pulling from outside more than ever.
And he did
figure out whether Lonzo is what you want.
Well, you know what though?
Figure out Ingram is some guy that you want.
I heard that they was trying to package Drew.
I believe they'll move Drew. I think they should.
I think they'll move.
And they're going straight young.
Move him to a contender.
Jackson Hayes.
Figure out what you got.
What you call it is a mercenary. JJ Redick, he's a mercenary. So
he going everywhere for the cake.
And they not winning nothing, so he won't be there next year. Jackson is going to be a problem too. He get in the weight room.
I can see them. You think the Lakers will make a push for True Holiday?
I don't think New Orleans will deal with them again.
I think to get Young and get Kuzma, they probably would.
If they could get Kuzma,
I was wondering who Ingram was talking about. Ingram made a statement. I haven't received an extension yet, but this guy.
I wanted to talk about that.
Who was he talking about?
I want to pull up that draft because Brown got money. They're in the same class, right?
Yes, but was he talking about Brown?
Because that was a big statement. I like stuff like that. I'm gonna quote it.
Do you think his game will translate to another team though? It transfer to another team?
It translated to this team.
Who, Ingram?
Ingram's got the green light.
He balling.
I don't know if he go anywhere else. He had a green light.
I think if he go anywhere else, he should have the green light.
He said, when I look at other guys, I'm like, this MFer got an extension. Mm-hmm. Oh my God!
But that's counting other people's money. You taught me that don't count other people's money.
Man, we can lace them up right now. Play 1-on-1 to 15, and this MFer won't score.
That's emotion, right?
That's how I look.
But see, here's the thing. Remember, you brought up the thing and showed us who got paid. Brown was one of them. Siakam was one of them. He can't hold Siakam.
You're not talking about now.
That's what I'm saying. Who is he talking about, man?
Some bum that got money.
I would. And unfortunately, there's no list to show us the draft class and the contract status at the same time. Mm-hmm. We might have to dig into that a little bit more. But that was one of my top. I wanted to get it because that was
don't count nobody else.
That was incendiary.
You keep averaging 25, you're gonna get mega bucks.
He's gonna get his. He's definitely gonna get his.
Yeah. And being involved in a trade like he was involved in, a lot of the guys that got their money because they were still with the team that drafted.
But he's winning because, from one respect, he won't get. The way your team can give you a little bit more. I think the trade affects that. But also, these 25 points a game would have been 15 or less had he been in L.A. again. So his stock has risen now.
I don't know.
Because of the move.
He was averaging 18 with them last year.
He wouldn't average 18 this year.
I don't know.
Adding AD to the mix? No.
I think he could have. I think he would have got
the Lakers?
Yeah, I think he'd average 18.
No.
He's better than any other player on
their
team.
Not in their offense. Not in their structure.
He's better than any other player on their team besides them two we just named.
I agree. But there's a lot of shots.
Yeah, he wouldn't have got the shots. He wouldn't have got the touches.
Right.
And he would have had to...
How do y'all know how many shots he's shooting now?
He's shooting about 15 shots, 16 shots a game.
He couldn't get that there?
No. Not with AD. You got AD, you got the shooters.
You said he's shooting 15 and 16 shots a game right now to get 25, right?
I'm not going on the record to say that, but that's
Okay,
what
but
he
how
said.
many shots was he shooting to get 18? He's better than any
But that
third
was
option on
but
that
that
team.
was last year without AD.
But he's better
So
than
he was
any-
kind of your second option.
That's last year without Green. That's last year without
Time's out. Green, who cares?
Green. Get 8 shots a game.
Him and Kuzma was both averaging 18.
Agreed.
I'm telling you, he can play 2 guard in the 3. He's going to be out there. While Kuzma can't get out there. He would have got the ball, man. I'm telling you.
Maybe.
He could have averaged.
Ingram shoots the ball 19 times a game. Last year he shot the ball 14 times.
Yeah,
a game.
that's
He
premier.
couldn't get 14 shots on this team.
I
Who is the third option on that team right now?
Right now,
On New Orleans?
No, on the Lakers.
I would say it's probably Kuzma coming off the bench.
He could get 14 shots in that.
It's probably Kuzma.
He could get 14
But
shots.
he's got to be effective. He's a rhythm guy.
Is he effective?
Ball,
Is he
dribble,
effective now?
shoot.
He's also a guy that don't care about what you're talking about.
Now that's also true. But I don't
He
think
gonna be like,
he's
give me
Because he'll mess around and not fit in that structure
And just get
over there
traded.
and get traded or get sit benched.
right.
Yeah.
So I think the move helps him.
Listen, man, they can't be sitting high draft pick guys from Duke. If you don't like that guy, trade him. You're going to get something for him.
True.
They got AD for him this time.
Fact.
So it's one of them. Like, to be in all actuality, they wouldn't have got AD if they didn't throw Ingram in there.
Yeah, he had to be in the deal.
So it's one of them
He had to be in
situations.
the deal.
He can go somewhere and fit. The NBA is changing. The youth is taking over. You have a handful of the older guys that's doing what they think. But when you look at the guys who are dominating the NBA right now, it is the young basketball players.
Kuzma's shooting the ball 11 times.
And how many points he got? He off the bench, though.
Off
He's
the
the
bench.
second.
Fact.
13 points a game. He's playing 24 minutes.
Okay. If Ingram was on that team, would Ingram not start?
No.
You crazy.
He probably would be in the
You
2.
crazy. What's
Probably.
wrong with
Well,
this guy?
Listen, no. Let's
You're
have
out
a
of your
conversation. Listen.
mind.
You have the center. You have AD.
Yeah.
You have LeBron.
Yes.
You have Green.
Green is not starting over Ingram, dude. Period.
He's a better shooter than
He's not.
You don't think so?
No, he is not. He shoots.
Caldwell Pope is a better shooter
No,
than
they're
Ingram.
not. Are there better scorers than he is?
No, not scoring.
But LeBron ain't got time for
It's
you to
right.
figure it out.
It's fit.
He don't need time to figure it
He
out.
needs you to catch and shoot and
He
make a
averaged
basket.
he averaged 18 points with LeBron. You act like his shooting percentages is horrible. What is, you said
LeBron
Caldwell Pope. He can't even get off the bench.
Classic LeBron James, dribble penetration, kick out, make the shot.
Listen,
They're going to try to make Ingram.
Kuzma's got a better chance of making a catch and
They're
shoot
gonna try to
shot
make, you know
than
how they do.
Ingram.
They're going to
No,
try to
he
make
don't.
Ingram into something else.
No, he don't.
You know how they do.
Ingram averaged 18 points with
Ingram
LeBron
is a
James.
rhythm guy off the dribble.
And
Averaged
AD?
18 points.
But not with AD.
Him and another guy averaged 18
LeBron
points.
James
while
missed
LeBron
a ton of
averaged
games
25.
last year, and that's how he's
All I
and
said
strive.
was he could average 15 starting on that team.
Not playing with LeBron James. Nope.
He averaged 18
Nope.
playing with LeBron James.
Nope.
Facts. He averaged 18 points playing with LeBron James.
LeBron James was gone half the season.
He averaged 18 points playing with LeBron James.
I bet you if we go to the
He
games
was
where
the
LeBron
second option when LeBron was out there.
Let me say this. I bet you if we go to the games when LeBron James was out, that's where he scored the most.
I bet
That's where Kuzma scored the
bet
most.
if we go to the games when LeBron James played, Ingram averaged 15 points a game. All I said was 15. That's it. And if you think Danny Green is a better basketball player
I say he's a better
than Ingram,
shooter.
I meant all that. That's one aspect.
No.
Ingram will chew him alive.
What's the best aspect that you need? Why do you think Kyle Korver survived with the Cleveland Cavaliers so long? Because he's a certified bum.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's one of the greatest shooters this NBA has ever seen.
And he was an all-star for Atlanta, averaging 12
I'm not
points a
talking
game.
about the mistakes that they make sending people
Why is
to
it
the
a
All-Star
mistake?
game. Because he shouldn't have went. Just like guys
Atlanta
like
was the best team in the league.
Just like Jamal LaGore should. So what? Chicago Bulls ain't never sent more than 2 people when they was Michael Jordan and Scotty. Dennis Rodman was never going.
Listen to
so
me.
I'm not talking about that. They made a mistake.
They sent 3 guys when Mike wasn't there.
They make a mistake. They made a mistake. Yes, they sent 3 guys when Mike wasn't there. Did they send 3 guys when Mike was there?
Anything was possible.
Did they send 3?
Who's the third guy? Who's the third guy?
Dennis Rodman. What is you drunk?
Even in the early years, Holt Grant didn't get.
Is he drunk?
Holt Grant didn't get to the All-Star.
He was averaging 18 rebounds a game, and they told him
He wasn't starting his last 2 years.
No All-Star. No All-Star for you. I don't care. He still led the league in rebounds.
Yeah, we got a guy.
And if we look at the guys that was actually
Still led the
all-stars,
league in
they
rebounds.
should have
You
deserved
brought
it.
up a point about being a shooter. Danny Green is not Kyle Korver. He's not. Is he a better
He's
defender?
better than Kyle
Is he a better
Korver.
defender?
He's better than Kyle Korver.
No, he's not. That's why Kyle Korver.
Danny Green is not better than Kyle Korver.
He's not. He's not. He's not.
You on payroll.
Kyle Korver has been in the league how many years?
I don't care how.
Kyle
Don't
Korver
do
was a
don't do
rookie
that.
with
Don't-
Allen
don't
Why is he
do
still
that.
around?
Don't do that.
Danny Green got sent to G League after G League, and the Spurs gravitated to him. If he don't never
You
go
telling
to
me
the Spurs,
politics ain't had nothing to do with that?
and I don't know nothing about
Ain't
politics.
no way
I
on
don't deal
earth.
with politics. I don't know what type of person Danny Green is. He might be a bootlicker. I don't know what he do behind closed doors. He might be a sucker. I don't know. What I do know is Kyle Korver is a better shooter than Danny Green. You can look at history books. You can look at numbers. Danny Green is not a better shooter. Danny Green had, you know what I told Ryan? The first game of the season when they played the Spurs, Danny Green led them in scoring. I said, if Danny Green lead that team in scoring, they'll lose every game. He a bum. Out of here. He only started because they got him for a discount. That's it. They got that sucker for a discount. He couldn't go nowhere else. Toronto didn't want him. He had no other suitors.
They didn't want him?
Man, he had no other suitors. Because if he would have stayed there, he would have been on the bench. He only was starting because they didn't know what Van Fleet was yet.
Or Norman Powell.
Get that
Powell
guy
wasn't
out
even
of
played
here.
in
Get
front.
that guy out of here. Danny Green.
I'm talking about so you're getting off topic. I'm talking about for what LeBron James does and what he needs out of you.
Kyle Korver was on LeBron James' team that went to the finals, right?
The one that got swept.
Did
Or
they
the
win?
one that lost in 5.
Did they go to the finals? Was Kyle Korver a teammate of LeBron James?
Yes.
Has Danny Green helped LeBron James get to the finals yet? Talk to me when that happened.
That ain't had nothing to do with Kyle Korver, though.
Why not?
Well, we can say J.R. Smith had a better, more relevant role than Kyle Korver.
Okay. I'll take J.R. Smith in his prime over Danny Green did a week.
Are you taking prime J.R. Smith over Brandon Ingram?
No. No! Ingram after 25.
I love it.
No, not even close. Not in the
Nobody brings it full circle like RDR.
Man, no.
Nobody.
No.
Nobody. We got 2 games.
He's a better shooter.
I got 2
He's a
games
better
I
shooter.
want to touch on from this week.
Danny Green shoot about 8 times a game.
I'm not talking about Danny Green no more.
Who you talking about?
I'm talking about J.R. Smith.
Is a better shooter than who?
Brandon Ingram.
Is
That
he
ain't
a-
even close.
Is he a better scorer? Because the name of the
If he
game
had 18 shots, yes.
No.
He'd give you 25, 26 a game.
No.
18 shots?
Nope.
If I look up J.R. Smith's most shots in a game, it might be 14.
Then he averaged 15 points. So you give him 4 more shots?
No, he averaged 18, 19 points before in his career,
I've
man.
never seen that. Prove
No, I
it.
think he did.
Carry on with the
I think
with the
he
show.
did.
Prove it.
He gonna look it up.
That suck out of here.
This one might hurt.
Hey, look. and if
Everybody
he-
got to be a sucker.
And if he did do it, he wasn't shooting the ball 14 times.
This one might hurt you a little bit, but there's 2 games that I want to highlight from this past week or so.
Yeah.
The first one, Celtics 76ers. The reason that game was important to me and caught my eye, these are 2 teams that we all agreed top 3, top 4 in the East.
Yeah.
The records aren't really bearing it out, particularly for the Sixers. They've been quite
Yeah,
disappointing.
because Boston been hanging around
Yeah,
there 2 or 3.
Boston's right in the
Yeah.
mix. They're right where we
Yeah,
expected them to be.
yeah.
Had some injuries and such, and they had some movement there, with Cantor sliding out and Tyson guys getting more roles there, more time. They make the announcement that Embiid is broken.
Let's go. I'm ready.
He
listening.
averaged 18.
Yeah.
He shot the ball 16 times.
I'm done. You said 14. And homeboy shooting the ball 2 more times than him and averages 6 more. Man, get that sucker out of here. You're a sucker, like I said. That's why he in the league now. You're a sucker. Let's go on. Let's move.
They said Joel
Sucker.
broke the hand. I almost didn't watch the game.
Oh my God, that finger was horrible, dude.
I almost didn't
dislocated finger.
I didn't know. I almost didn't watch the
Ligament
game. I'm
damage,
like, they're gonna.
That's your MVP.
It'll be all right.
He's a big
I said-
sucker
He'll be
too.
all right.
I said Boston.
Take
is-
them up. You see, they take both of them up at the same time.
Boston.
No,
is
it's
gonna-
ligament damage. He done. He
He's
got
having
to
surgery.
get
He getting
reevaluated.
Cut. He getting cut.
It's
But
a
I
wrap.
said, Boston's gonna wipe the floor with them.
And when they were at first, that third quarter happened.
I'm going to say this. I was talking with my dad this week because we talked about the game while we were in the car. The 70s, and I'm not going to say long term, but in that particular game, the 76ers look better without Joel Embiid.
You know what? You watched the whole game, right?
Pretty much.
That third quarter, Josh Richardson started cooking,
He did.
and they brought a 6'10" dude off the bench who was blocking and dunking on everybody. I don't know who this guy was, but he put a jaw. He was. I'm talking
He
about.
he
He
went in the back
gave
and
them
challenged.
because they was losing. He went and he
channeled
went.
his
He channeled some Alonzo Mourning or somebody, dude. He was blocking everything.
But
bro.
the other thing about it too, and this is what I noticed.
And Ben Simmons played out his mind.
Tobias Harris.
He had some big shots.
And Sim, every time I look up, they was laying the ball up though. It was about pace. They can't move that.
But Josh Richardson was cooked
when Joel Embiid is out.
And that's what they said.
They can't. They don't play that way. It's a different pace.
He's gonna have to play like that because they do look like.
They look a lot better when they rolling.
He
got to figure that part out.
They look. I'm gonna say this. Don't get mad. They look Showtime Lakers-ish without him.
In a sense, Ben Simmons is
was
magic.
Up and down so fast. Dude.
Harris is worthy. Yeah, I get it. Richardson.
Yeah, was your
Scott.
boy Byron Scott? You know
I get it. I mean, you know.
They look like
it's a knockoff. It's
wrong.
definitely a knockoff.
It's not championship. It is, but he was throwing no look passes. Crazy. He was balling.
I think they need to get out and run more.
And he hit Marcus Smart with 2 jump hooks.
And when a la Magic Johnson, the baby hook.
Yeah.
And if you need a half court bucket, then you slow it down and go to Joel. But I think they need to get up and down.
They looked real good.
Well, if they run a half court offense, Tobias can hit shots.
Yes.
Richardson can hit shots. And that Cormats dude, you got to watch him.
Yeah. Yes.
You got to watch that guy.
That was a quality win for them because they've lacked quality wins in my opinion this year. That was a quality.
That was big. You went with that Lakers in Dallas.
You know it.
That was good. Brown got payback.
That was
their key. That was their
That showed me that Dallas is a player off. But
Porzingis didn't play though.
Wasn't playing.
I think
even with Porzingis because I tell you this, the biggest letdown on that team for me is Hardaway Jr.
I wouldn't call it a letdown, Ryan. You know what he do though, man?
He's not consistent at all.
At all. He just jack up a lot of shots. He shoot.
There you go.
It's like if he hit that shot before, if anytime, practice, outside,
I can try that.
He'll try it again. Continuously.
He was more at ease mentally with the Knicks than with Dallas.
But listen, this is a team that's a playoff.
He's got a little pressure on him now.
If Curry's little brother had the confidence that his big brother had, he averaged 25 points a game. But they can't stop him.
But listen to what I'm telling you. I think that coach
Seth can play.
Need to play him more.
He can play.
I think he need to play him more.
He can play.
Because he holds back on shooting.
And quite honestly, he's a good compliment because if you're going to run your offense with Luka, Luka's a 2 or a 3 technically with size.
With Luka, they're not going nowhere with Luka averaging 30. Because you're leaning on him to do too much.
Because did you hear after the show or after the game, what did he finish with? He was 25, 7 and 7. Mm-hmm. They said, he's got to play better. I said, I looked at the TV and I said, maybe I didn't see the numbers right. 25, 7 and 7 is creme de la creme regardless of position.
Finney Smith is young. They got a bunch of young guys. Powell is young.
Does Zach LaVine help them?
Zach LaVine helps.
That takes a lot of the scoring pressure off of.
Do you?
Because Porzingis, in my opinion, ain't next level. He wants to stay at Rudy Gay, 19, 18, 19, 20.
I still feel like
he shoots way too many jumpers.
I think he's coming off
for 7 feet.
I think he's coming off of
I think he's still knocking rust off.
And it takes a year to
he got the flashbacks when he was at the nightclub in Russia.
And that might be too. Listen, man.
Because he's very timid.
He coming off an injury and probably some type of concussion in brain. They beat the hell out of him. So, dude, he might need another year. Gordon Hayward needed another year. Paul George needed another year. Derrick Rose needed about 2 years. Sometimes a player, you can go out there and you physically able to run around.
Do you trust the injury?
You might need a whole full season. And if they are at half strength and they're a playoff team, just work around. And like you said, Tim Hardaway Jr. might need to either get his stuff together or they might need to package him up.
Because Dallas is right there. They right at the top of the hill, and they giving it gas, and they just spinning.
Yeah,
they just spinning.
Yeah,
and the momentum is pushed. Yeah, the weight of the
they
car.
They need one score. That's it. That one swingman or 2 guards
that's like LeBron,
to get them over the hump.
That's LeBron type conversation. And if he has a Luka game, they win. He was 25, 7 and 7.
Listen to me. If the coach need to go to Curry and be like, shoot the ball.
Yeah. More, a lot more,
and he's efficient.
Yeah,
he does.
He can play.
He's a good.
We gave you money.
Yeah,
go earn it.
But I think they got to put him in position, though.
I think they got to put him in position.
You gotta give him
I'm
some
going to tell you a
more
guy on that
minutes or
team that they need to stop giving minutes to. Brunson. That guy's horrible.
You don't like Brunson?
He's got Dallas always had that. What's the coach's name for Dallas? He always has had
Carlisle?
that 9-10 man rotation. Just
Needed.
consistent.
Going back 10, 15 years, yeah.
He kind of need to. Well, he need to get Brunson out there.
See what else he got?
He need to sit him down.
He's taking up
I don't know
minutes.
why he's getting minutes.
Got to play somebody, though.
I'm not a fan of him. I say give more than minutes to Curry.
Let me speak on somebody just for like 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Derrick Rose is wasting time in Detroit.
It's another guy.
He's auditioning for somebody.
Well, that might happen.
Because
That's
Blake
gonna happen in the
Griffin,
show. We'll talk about that
Blake
in the show.
Griffin was hurt to start the season. He tried to play on it. They say he need to go sit down and see what's up with his knee, and he need to get it. He probably should have had, because he didn't start the season with a surgery. He started with just rest. Maybe he should have went and got that knee cut open and see what's going on in there, because I think he wasted it.
Wasted time.
I think they're going to mess around. There's a lot of teams looking at Drummond.
Mm-hmm.
I think
But we're gonna talk about that in the show. That's on the agenda for sure.
I think Detroit gonna get broke up.
Some of those high names that we think might move around, we definitely gonna get in there. And both of those guys, Rose and Drummond, came up in that conversation.
I saw when that game they played the Cavs. I saw frustration in Drummond's face. I'm giving you
The second game that they
the
lost?
second game in Detroit. Mega number. They barely beat the game, won the game in Cleveland.
He's like,
I wouldn't say
how much
barely.
more can I do?
I was at that game, so I wouldn't say barely. I'm gonna tell you what I saw, because it was crazy, dude. Right? The Cavs is winning by like 10 going into the fourth, and I'm like, man, what they gonna do? Because Kevin Love was cooking, but Derrick Rose just slowed the pace down, stood in front, and just kept attacking the basket. Before you know, they up 4, and it was like they planned it, because they spaced the floor. They let him go one-on-one with Colin, and he couldn't do nothing with him. He just gave him a lesson real quick.
Absolutely, that's one of those things. I'm a veteran.
There's a lot of people
and I
hating
still
on
got some
Colin
gas
Sexton.
in my tank.
And
Well, they moved him to the 2 guard. You saw that?
I think
They made Garland the point guard.
I believe, I told you they was gonna do that. Remember, we had that conversation a long time ago. But listen to what I'm telling you.
I
I like
But okay.
Colin Sexton. I'm gonna tell you why. He know he's on a team that ain't going nowhere, and he not just sitting around waiting. He's working on his game.
He is.
He's a second
During the game.
Well, I wouldn't say working. I wouldn't say that. He averaging almost. What do you have? More 19?
Yeah, he right there. Right
How many shots?
Close to 20.
I don't know.
A lot of floaters.
But what you like to say? Keep shooting. So what you want him to do?
Especially when you ain't going.
What you want him to do?
Might well.
Keep shooting.
Might as
And that's
well.
what he doing. And he looking players off. I've never seen Kevin Love frustrated. Kevin Love wanted the ball.
He is upset.
He's
ain't
upset.
He's like, I gotta apologize.
And Colin and Colin Sachs was like, look here, man. What you think this team doing, man? I'm trying to get my numbers up.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
I got shoe contracts calling me. I'm trying to.
But-
Kevin, you about to get traded anyway, brother.
Since you brought up the Cavaliers,
Colin Sachs.
did you see that situation in the locker room the other night?
What was the situation in the locker room you're speaking of?
I get Tristan Thompson had 35,
Season high.
career high.
Career high. What game was that? They won that game, right?
Detroit.
These fools
In Detroit.
These fools was jumping around and shooting water bottles and stuff like, Cleveland, this is for you. It was ridiculous. They was throwing water at him from across the room. I'm like, is this what it's come to?
Yeah.
Is it?
But okay, look. Let's ask some questions. Let's ask some
Go ahead. Explain it to me, because I'm disappointed that this is going on.
It's a mouth.
You hit 35, one
it's a-
water bottle. We
it's
gotta
a-
have a
it's a-
meeting.
it's a-
I can't dwell on this.
Was his 35, because I didn't watch it, was he cooking?
No, he just outworked Drummond in the
Just
second
outworked.
half.
Okay, just outworked him. Okay.
That's how he gets all his points.
A career high is a career high, right? Does it matter what the number is before I say what I'm gonna say?
It does matter. 35 is a lot of points, especially for Tristan.
And he had a lot of rebounds.
So maybe you get 2 water bottles.
Drummond still had
then-
20-20 game.
A couple
We
years.
gotta move on. We gotta
a couple
move on.
years ago,
We're not gonna keep
Devin
going.
Booker gave my boys 70. They lost, but they was making the pictures. He was holding up the 70 sign like he Wilt Chamberlain. They lost the game. but they were happy. It was a milestone, 70, most points since Kobe, yada, yada, yada.
In a loss, too?
In a loss.
I don't like
They
it.
celebrated.
I don't like it.
On a team that sucks because they don't know about winning.
Well, there you go. You got to my...
I think it's that. Now,
There
here's
you
the
go.
thing. You got a guy in Kevin Love. You have a guy in Tristan. You have a guy in Matthew Dellavedova.
Those was the big three that was encouraging it.
That
was the problem.
is the problem.
There it is.
When you look at the Phoenix locker room, none of them know about that. They're still young. They still coming. Their mentality is still, some of them is still have fond memories of high school championships. Some have fond memories of college. So when they do something that's to the stratosphere, we're going to celebrate.
But I
when you got a Kevin Love, them champions.
I expect that from
They shouldn't
Porter.
celebrate like that.
I expect that from Sexton. Garland.
But listen.
Evans Chetty.
But even those, but those three, which is it fair to say, I don't know, but is it fair to say that Love, Tristan, and Matthew Dellavedova are the leaders of the Cleveland
They
Cavaliers?
should be.
They shouldn't allow that.
Man, they should have been like, yo,
They shouldn't
2
allow
bottles,
that.
we out.
It should have been nothing.
We get a couple bottles.
But listen, it should have been, you know when it should have been a bottle? After the game when they give them the interview when somebody walked
Just
past
right
and
there.
dumped the water,
Right,
keep
right,
it
right.
pushing.
In the locker room,
But
there's nothing to celebrate
it's-
here. This is the win number 10. ain't
You
it?
got some championship guys in the locker room that should have understood. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Let that man have his moment.
Well, sorry. My apologies. Win number 12. My bad.
Let that man have his moment.
That's why I
His
still wear my
35-point
2016 stuff.
His 35-point moment. Let him have his moment.
These fools
That's a
jumping
lie.
up and
How
down.
many years
about
is he in?
Boston is
How many years is he in?
a lot long. Boston celebrated day, you know what I'm saying? My boy Tatum had a 41. That's a career high and a win. They wasn't around here acting like that.
Yeah, I get. Listen to me.
They're looking for something else.
I get the Devin Booker 70 points is 70 points. That's very impressive.
That's why I asked.
He doubled
Is the
Tristan.
70 and 35? Is it?
That's way different because
A lot of people have hit 35.
if they would have did
It's almost infinite.
if they would have did the celebration for the 35 and they
Only
lost,
4 people
you're a
did
fool.
70.
You're a buffoon. Same thing with the King of New York. The King of New York had 61 on Christmas, but they lost the game. But that's 61 points.
61 points.
61 and 61.
And still only 10 people have done that. You feel me?
Yes. Yeah.
61 and 61.
35 is
70 is 70. 35.
You get a
Kevin Love,
cream pie in your
then had
face.
35 and a half.
Almost in a quarter.
That just-
that Portland game, man.
Hold on, that's funny. Hold on, he had 35. Clay had 37 and a quarter. Hey man, but I mean,
Let him have his moment.
they gotta celebrate something, right?
But not like that. If you're gonna do that, don't put it on
Is
Instagram
that-
so I can see.
But listen,
it. 'Cause I'm
is that
disgruntled now.
kind of adding
He didn't feel like a thug that night.
happiness?
He wasn't a slug. I'm sorry,
A
a
slug
slug.
or a thug, whatever he was. He
It
wasn't,
wasn't
one of
neither
them.
one of them.
He wasn't either one of them. He was just Tristan.
Why did Kobe Altman hire that old man? That elderly. That elderly man.
I don't know, but what was his college thing? Was he sweet? Was he a good?
Yeah, he's a solid college coach.
I mean, Michigan didn't win no titles, but they was
Michigan
good,
went to
though.
the championship a bunch of times.
They didn't win
They
none,
went to
though.
the championship a bunch of times.
They didn't get none.
He was a high-level coach, but he's elderly. Why would you hire an elderly man to mold young talent in the NBA?
Because there's like a 2-generation gap here.
Do you think he's helping anybody on that team?
Not at all.
They need to
Nobody on that team is listening to that man.
They need to get rid of him.
Especially Colin Sexton.
I believe that young players need a coach that played in the NBA.
Not necessarily.
That's just my opinion.
Not necessarily. Because Popovich didn't play in the NBA.
Popovich ain't never what young players did he mold?
Most of them
And
came
all them guys from overseas.
What's name came over here with a ball spot?
Manu.
Manu,
Yeah.
Tony Parker?
Tim Duncan's been
Tony-
Tim Duncan's been 4 years in college.
Tony Parker.
He already had that
Where-
roster. What young guys he molded?
Where does Tony Parker come from?
But Tony Parker,
No, I know.
France.
Tony
but
Parker's
he was
one guy.
but he was also a national. He's like Luka. He was a national
But listen,
player
but no, listen what I'm saying.
when he came here.
Molded, you said molded young people. He molded one. If we give him Tony Parker, if we say that's the one he molded, that's it. Kawhi Leonard, no. They hate each other.
Tony Parker is a top 20 guard ever.
I'm not taking nothing away from that. Tony Parker would have been a top
Hall of Famer. First
Tony
ballot
Parker-
Hall of Famer.
Yes, Tony Parker would have been a top 20 point guard, don't matter where he went. The dude can play.
I don't think so.
Oh my God! So you're telling me that Popovich made Tony?
I'm not buying that. I'm not buying.
He
that.
went to a great situation.
If Tony Parker played for John Beeline, he would be a bum.
John Beeline wasn't a coach in the NBA when this happened.
John Beeline was a coach 50 years ago.
Not in the NBA. Not in the NBA.
That's how old this guy is.
Let's talk about coaches in the NBA that would have had the chance to draft Tony Parker. Tony Parker would have been Tony Parker.
I never heard of Tony Parker.
We don't live in France. You know who he is now.
Who was the French dudes that used to play with?
You know who he is now.
Udia
Used to play with
or Turiel.
Orlando. They were two brothers. The dark skin could shoot from the outside. Petrus.
Okay, what about him? He can play ball.
He had a window.
Okay, maybe he'd have a coach that understood him. I don't know. Tony Parker is not a guy that needed Greg Popovich.
I beg to differ.
Yeah, but he benefited from it both ways. But he was great.
You telling me Tim Duncan is great somewhere else?
Yes.
But again,
Tim Duncan
perfect situation.
Was Tim Duncan not?
You said that yourself. Garnett is better than Tim Duncan.
Garnett is a better basketball player than Tim Duncan. That's not minimizing if Tim
You're the only
Duncan
one
would be
out of
good.
9 guys that would say that.
Ha! Wrong.
8.
That's all we need. That's all we need.
Because give me the big
That's
ticket.
all we need, bro.
Give me the big ticket.
What you talking about?
Give me the big ticket.
I'm here to tell you
They
right
might get him
now.
a back-to-back if
Man,
big ticket
listen,
playing there.
Listen, man.
They didn't get 9.
All I'm saying is
with
this.
Timmy.
Tim Duncan was a number 1 pick. He did enough to get pick number 1. If the Spurs didn't have a hobbled David Robinson and Dominique carrying the load,
they don't even pick
he wouldn't have got that pick.
They don't even pick there. He fell into the right situation.
Tim Duncan could have went somewhere and still been Tim Duncan. Now, who knows if it would have lined up for the Spurs to be what they were, but Tim Duncan still would have been Tim. The boy can play basketball. He would have been a Chris Webber. Man, no, he wouldn't. Chris Webber was a loose cannon and couldn't get along with people. Had issues with Don Nelson and all that, and was a weirdo. Threw his teammates under the bus. Real sucker. Took money from that dude and lied.
Move was coming.
Come on, man. Don't compare him to that chump.
So, because what happens is Tim Duncan probably goes to Philadelphia, where Keith Van Horn went.
Allen Iverson was already there?
Or Boston.
Allen Iverson was already there? Man, shit.
Or Boston.
And what you call it? And Stackhouse.
Or Boston, where Chauncey went.
So, hold up. If he went there, he has a long...
Or Vancouver, where my boy Antonio Daniels, salute to AD. You my guy.
If he goes...
Paul Pierce.
Because Van Horn... No, let's keep it with that. Let's keep it with that Philly.
Or Denver with Tony
Because we talking about how...
Yeah, because you figure just, boom, we just take
how they drafted.
Spurs out
Because
the way.
they actually
So
drafted
they should be drafted
a
out at
16
20.
guy. Philly got a 16 guy in Keith Van Horn. So if Tim Duncan is there, they get him, right? So you got Tim Duncan, Allen Iverson.
Stack, maybe.
Who's they called? Larry Brown? Popovich ain't got no championships, man.
You still got David Robinson.
I don't care. And I love David. He was so happy when Tim came there. Oh, my God. I get to chill.
He was 10 years in by then.
Exactly. So he wasn't won nothing.
I'm not saying that.
He wouldn't have won.
What did we say about that 99
Okay,
finals?
let me ask you a
If
question.
Patrick Ewing is serviceable,
I
they
didn't
win
say
that championship.
I didn't say that.
I did.
that.
Because Marcus Camby was having the time of his life.
I didn't say
But
that.
if you take Tim Duncan off that team, the Spurs ain't there.
If you take Tim Duncan off that team, they don't even get there.
Yeah, they won't be there.
I'm telling you that David Robinson never got. Did David Robinson ever get to the Western Conference Finals before
sure he
Timmy?
has. I'm sure he has.
Are you sure? See y'all shaking your
I'm sure
head.
he has.
Because my sons knocked him out. You know, I'm Charles Barkley guy. You know, Barkley hit him with that.
The jab step and shot it in his face.
from the
Circle.
I'm
Top of the
pretty
key.
sure
Top
that
of
was
the key.
Western Conference Finals. I'm pretty sure.
Let's be accurate.
I could be wrong, but I believe that was the
I love David.
I believe that was 93 Western Conference Finals.
Hey, Robinson ain't win no championship without Timmy.
Nah.
And Popovich don't coach 20 years.
Nah.
Period.
He'd have been gone.
Popovich would have seen a decline in what he was doing if Timmy would have left when he was supposed to go sign with Orlando.
Also true.
So I don't know what you talking about.
True.
Tim Duncan would have been all right. I don't know about 5 championships.
Chris Webber.
Never.
Chris Webber ain't chopped liver. You make it seem like Chris Webber is a
he's
bum.
chopped. He's chopped.
No, don't do that. Don't do that,
That's
Ryan.
emotion. That's
Ryan,
emotion.
chopped liver.
That's
I mean, I
emotion.
know he told on
That's
Jalen and
emotion.
them. That's not
That's
cool.
emotion.
But
Okay, listen.
But at play,
He's in the era. He's in the era, right?
And he was there, and he said it at the round
It's a
table.
lie, and nobody believed it. He's a liar. Okay? I seen KG give him 40 and send him home.
He
Get that garbage, get him out of here.
He said he held his
and
own
he
against
had
all
a
of them.
way better team than the Timberwolves. What did KG say? I'm loading up. I got the rocket launcher. I got the gun. I'm going to war tonight. And he gave him 40. I don't want to hear nobody about Chris Webber. Chris Webber come from an era where it was Carl, Timmy, KG, and Dirk. And if we was to put them in order, he'd be 5.
Give me the list again. We talking
And that
body of work, total career.
From the era that he was in.
But he come in 93, so he played against all the 90s.
And this ain't no order. Carl, Tim, KG, and Dirk. He's 5th behind those. Ain't in their class. All them MVPs with championships. Except your boy Carl. But they're MVPs. Get that clown out of here.
And Carl's
bro.
a stratosphere
Get
guy.
that clown out of here. Chris Webber ain't. Man, stop it.
I know this.
Stop.
I know this is the weekend
He
review.
said he could
Stop
hold his
it,
own against
man.
all of them.
He can-
And
look,
he
man.
stood up and said it.
Man, and what none of them there.
I know this the weekend.
You know
review.
you stand up and say what you can do, but the person you saying you can do it to ain't in the room.
But let me say this.
KG would have laughed at him.
Let me challenge you.
Dirk would have cussed him out in German. Tim Duncan would have swam away because he don't know what he's talking about. And Carl Malone would have body slammed him. Chris Webber, you're not in the class of them. Period.
Maybe I'm gonna say it to you.
Not even close.
If
not
I-
even close.
If I'm in a vacuum and I have a choice between Timmy Duncan and Chris Webber,
Oh, it's
I'm taking Chris.
I hate his game. I hate Tim
because-
Duncan's game. Hate his game.
See how they
Take
see
Chris
what
Webber.
it's based on? See what y'all are based it on. Chris Webber was injury prone.
No, I said in a vacuum. So we're taking away what team
I
you
hated
played
Tim
for.
Duncan's game.
If it's just
Hated his
if
game.
it's just if we're drafting today, same draft, do you take Webber or Duncan? I'm
taking Weber. I'm taking Weber.
I'm taking Webber.
I'm taking Tim Duncan.
I'm taking
Tim
Webber.
Duncan knew when they had timeouts left. Tim Duncan didn't.
He
Tim
never-
Duncan
but
lost.
He was never in a position
It
to
does
do
not
that.
matter. Tim Duncan lost to a team with Eric Montross on. Get him out of here! I want to hear that garbage. Y'all crazy. He was a leader of the Fab Five, and they went to 2 championships and got destroyed. They got
The
beat by
first
a
time.
North
They
Carolina
got-
team. They got beat by a North Carolina team with Rick Fox and George Lynch on him. Man, I don't hear that. Y'all crazy. And them is 2 of the worst North Carolina alumni ever.
George Lynch was solid.
So is snow until it melt.
I gotta go
That
with Chris
clown
Webber.
out of here. You can have him.
He's got the better body.
Oh,
Pause.
Pause. What are we talking about?
Better ball handler.
Pause.
Super Bowl. Where's Dave going with this?
Better passer.
Okay.
More explosive.
Is he a better defender?
And I'm paying money to see him.
Is he a better defender? No. Is he a better rebounder?
Is it that
No.
big a difference?
On the defense?
Both.
Tim Duncan is a all
No.
defender.
Numbers.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
And it's hard to quantify defense. It's hard.
No, it's not.
What about we can quantify
No,
the,
it's not.
the
No, it's
rebounds?
not. KG ain't never gave Tim Duncan 40.
You sure? You sure?
Karl Malone had a problem with Tim Duncan. Shaq had a problem with Tim Duncan.
Karl
Them two-
Malone was 15 years into the league.
I don't care. Shaq wasn't. Shaq had his way with Chris
But you're not
Webber
taking-
every trip.
But you're not taking Tim Duncan over Karl Malone.
I'm taking Tim Duncan over Chris Webber. I'm taking Dirk 30 bands over Chris Webber. I'm taking all around KG over Chris Webber, and I'm taking the mailman over Chris Webber. I'm taking Charles Barkley over Chris Webber. If we want to open it up, he keeps dropping.
Wow.
Get him out of here! What has he done?
Chris, you should have never told on them guys, man.
What has he done?
He's not forgiving you.
He went to Golden State, got into it with his coach, got traded to Washington, couldn't do nothing there, was getting bounced, then got traded to Sacramento, whined about it, happened to be the best time of his life. They couldn't get over the hump. What has he done? Crickets. What has he done?
won. Called a timeout they didn't have and cried about it. One of y'all told me to call it. He was crying in the tumble before Joel Embiid. Yeah, get him out of here. Told on his boys. I don't want nobody like that around me.
Well, I knew that.
I don't want nobody like that around me.
Listen, man.
They lucky Tim Duncan's pool broke when he was 14. So we could see
The basketball player.
who he was. Because if it wouldn't broke, then maybe Chris Webber would be 4.
Listen.
In that era. Oh, but when it's all said and done, he's still dropping. Because AD is past him. He's still dropping! You got in my me
Is
watching
Chris Bosh a better
me
power
watching
forward? Is
me-
Chris Bosh
me
better than Chris Webber?
watching basketball.
Is Chris Bosh better than Chris Webber?
Chris Bosh went to a team where he had to sacrifice to be successful. So on paper, no. I don't know what Chris Bosh could have became if he stayed somewhere on his own.
Let's take Toronto. His best 5.
I don't know if he was in Toronto for 5 years.
He was.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see, he was in there. Yeah, he was in there for about 7. We'll have to look that up and see.
I'm saying visual.
Now
We're doing visual.
I'm talking. We're doing visual. Give me Weber. We just doing visual.
Just doing visual.
We not taking him over.
He's better than Vin Baker.
Yeah, okay.
He's better than. I'm thinking. What about Paul Gasol?
No.
No? Really?
No. Pau Gasol was consistent. Pau Gasol went to teams averaging 19 and 10 rebounds. Pau Gasol is a winner. Pau Gasol put a franchise on his back in Memphis and got them to the playoffs. Give me him.
Is he better than the Greek Freak?
No! Emphatic! No! Period! It's not close!
He's better than Draymond.
And a landslide.
He's better than Kevin Love.
You're not even thinking about that. You're not thinking about that. You're not thinking about that.
Give me K-Love.
Oh!
It's time to go, ladies and gentlemen.
Give me
It's
K-Love,
time to go, ladies and gentlemen.
Give me K-Love.
This one went from weekend review to the typical RDR conversation.
My God.
I apologize if you wanted to just hear about this week,
K-Love.
but it is what it is. See that button right there? Hit subscribe,
Subscribe, man.
like, comment,
And
share,
I ain't lying.
and listen to the podcast. RDR Talking Numbers, Spreaker,
iHeart.
Spotify,
Spotify,
Apple,
wherever.
all of them places.
Oh my
Ryan will
God.
be there. I'll be there. Ryan will be there.
Kevin Love will be there.
We'll see. We'll see y'all real soon. Hey, Chris Webber gonna be there too. Real talk.
For what?
We'll see.
We don't need no timeout.
We'll see you real soon.
And we don't want you snitching on
We
us.
appreciate you. Live well, laugh often, love much. We'll talk to you in a minute. Peace.
We out.